The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com. And now it's time for the Mr. Nailsin Show. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Tennessee cops, including married female officer, fired after repeated wild sex romps. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. A small Tennessee police station has been rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after a married female officer allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers, including illicit on-duty liaisons. Officer Megan Hall and her fellow law officers allegedly engaged in wild sexcapades that included sending dirty pictures, taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party, and even having oral sex with 2 officers at the Laverne, Tennessee police station. The steamy shenanigans, in which Hall allegedly bragged about the size of one partner's genitals and claimed to be in an open marriage, not only led Hall to be canned, in more ways than one, but led to the firings of Sergeant Lewis Powell, Officer Juan Lugo, Sergeant Ty McGowan, and Detective Seneca Shields. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, Patrick Magliocco and Larry Holiday, kept their jobs but wound up suspended. Well, I guess they only got one go-around or whatever. Anyway, the extracurricular trysts took place at hotels and parties at each other's houses and on a boat, while Hall was also accused of performing oral sex on Powell and Shields while on duty at the police station and police gym. Officials began to look into the swinging personal lives of the amorous officers when Laverne Mayor Jason Cole received a tip that Hall was sleeping with several fellow officers and had a threesome with Magliocco and his wife. When asked about the tip, Magliocco admitted to having sex with Hall on numerous occasions. He told investigators that Hall had told him about Powell's big black dick and claimed she had performed a sex act on him while the pair were on the clock. Magliocco also said he had seen Hall and Holiday kiss while watching football at a party, and said Hall had kissed his own wife, Amy, after learning they had an open marriage. The officer said Hall's husband saw the kiss and told officials the cuckold really wasn't on board with his wife having a threesome with the Maglioccos, but she continued having a relationship with him. When questioned, Powell later denied that he had had a sexual encounter with Hall, but said everybody knows she has multiple partners, as he named Holiday and McGowan to investigators. After being caught lying about being at the gym with Hall, Powell admitted to the tryst during a follow-up interview. Powell was then involved in a domestic disturbance with his wife. Gee, I wonder why that happened. Who he told investigators beat the shit out of me, adding that he would most likely lose his children after the spurned woman learned of the affair. Yeah, well, you gotta expect these things. Holiday admitted under questioning to having sex with Hall multiple times, and McGowan revealed that he once went to Hall's house with another female and exposed his genitals after initially denying having sexual relationships with Powell and Magliocco. Hall later copped to the affairs and also admitted having sex with Lugo at a motel after they met at a go-kart center. A charge that Lugo initially denied before caving under a second interrogation. Under questioning, Shields said I have never had sex with Megan Hall until admitting she had performed oral sex on him while on duty when pressed. I guess he's going for the Bill Clinton route. Anyway, Magliocco also noted he had become concerned about Hull's mental health and heavy drinking and driving. The officer said Hull had once pulled the trigger on an empty gun pointed at her temple so she could hear what it sounded like, and said she was suffering from mental illness. Yeah, I can see where you might reach that conclusion. An oft-mentioned event was a Memorial Day party in a boathouse owned by another member of the department, to which several officers had brought their children. At one point during the party, an intoxicated Hull was reportedly being force-fed vodka by Magliocco in the hot tub, at which time her top came off, and other officers stopped the former officer from drinking and helped her cover up to protect her. Lugo, Powell, and Shields were also dismissed for violating police procedure and lying during the investigation, along with McGowan, who had been witnessed choking an HR employee. Holiday, Magliocco, and Patrol Officer Gavin Chauvery were suspended in connection with the probe. That means the investigation. HR Director Andrew Patton, who authored the report and conducted the investigation, sanctioned the 8 officers with various penalties for sexual activity while on duty, sexual harassment, conduct unbecoming of an officer, and lying during the course of the investigation. It was further revealed that Hull and many of the male officers had shared lewd text messages and pornographic images of themselves. Pornography and offensive pictures in the workplace are forms of sexual harassment. These items are offensive, inappropriate, and can lead to a hostile work environment for other employees, said the report. Well, a typical motto for a policeman is to protect and serve. But for Officer Megan, seems she was more inclined to the serve part. You're listening to the Mr. Nailsin Show here on RadioMisfits.com.
Get down!
It's a super soul show. 4 blackbusters all on one big show. Blackbuster number 1, Black Mama, White Mama with Pam Grier. Number 2, Black Caesar, the godfather of Harlem. Number 3, George Stanford Brown in Blackjack. And number 4, Blackula, deadlier than Dracula. Remember, all 4 films are on one big super soul show. Rated R, under 17, not admitted without a parent.
I know what you're thinking. Yes, you're thinking, where in the hell can I get some more Mr. Nailsin stuff? As if there wasn't enough already. Oh, boy, there's so many. Well, anyway, the latest is the NailsinRatings.locals.com. Gee, what's that? Well, it's the Mr. Nailsin Post Locals page. Why is it 2 different titles? Because I screwed up and I can't change the URL, so it's NailsinRatings.locals.com. So anyway, you get a lot of the usual Nailsin stuff there, a lot of links to different videos from my Rumble account and all that good stuff, and Photoshops and what have you, and that's the free stuff. But for a cheap paywall, you get Mr. Nailsin Theater, which is my poor man Mystery Science Theater treatment of old public domain movies, particularly in the sci-fi and horror genre. So you can check those out, and in that version of them, they're cut up into episodes, almost like a TV show. Isn't that great? Yeah, it is. So there's all kinds of cool stuff already there. You can head over there and check it out, plus some cartoons, some stuff I did for Compound Media shows, all that great stuff, all there for you to sign up, join up, and help out your old pal, Mr. Nailsin, while enjoying some great Nailsin stuff for you. So head over to the NailsinRatings.locals.com. That's NailSin ratings.locals, LOCALS.com. Yes, it's just that simple. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. She was a prude, but swinging made sex so much better. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. Rosie K has revealed how she went from self-proclaimed prude to proud swinger, and now she's encouraging others to do the same. The 34-year-old UK native turned her back on monogamous relationships nearly a decade ago, declaring it's made her sex life better than ever. Now she's psyched for others to adopt the sexually charged lifestyle, but warns curious folks that they need to shake off the negativity first, including letting go of jealousy with partners. Before I was insecure, clingy, and often jealous, but now I'm flourishing, Kay said, of opening her mind and hind. At first, I was scared to get naked in front of other people. My biggest fear was that my partner would leave me for someone else as soon as we visited a club. And, well, he did as they shared around, but anyway. Instead, the UK-based redhead ended up being pleasantly surprised how easy it was. There's a connotation that swingers are seedy, sweaty people who toss their keys into a bowl to determine who will have sex with that night. Well, it does get sweaty. But real, genuine swinger couples communicate about the sex that they're having beforehand. It's not about just having random sex with strangers. It's about talking about it and then having random sex with strangers. However, she hasn't quite escaped trash talk from haters. Some come in form of, you're obviously not happy in your relationships and will always cheat. And I've also been called sad, lonely, and my career has been attacked as pathetic, said Kay, adding that her family is supportive of her alternative lifestyle. Kay also revealed that she finds sexual partners through swinger websites, well, where else, and members-only clubs, and has even managed to establish lasting friendships, I'll bet, through the extremely supportive community. My eyes have been opened, and my thighs, to the wonderful world of sex and intimacy. Well, it's not really so much intimacy anymore, is it? I've definitely become less judgmental. Well, I guess you'd have to be. And I've also made some great swinger friends. Well, yeah, both couples and single women. By the way, she encourages single women to totally go for it, as the scene is so very welcoming. Plus, you're not allowed a mobile phone, so people learn the art of conversation. Plus, you might not want anybody taking pictures, you know. Meanwhile, her own sexual liberation has charted the way for a new career as a swinging lifestyle coach. You need a coach? Does she bring a whistle in there? Earning more than $100 an hour? Oh, come on. Advising newbies on how to take the plunge with multiple partners. You take your clothes off and spread. That's what you do. Anyway, clients can pick the unlicensed therapist's brain via workshops, downloadable guides, and videos. Or just snag some handy tips via her This Kinda Girl Instagram, where she's racked up more than 50,000 devotees. One sample tip from her social media: stop allowing the size and shape of your anatomy to define you. Well, it'll define you for you. Just embrace the person you are and be more than just the physical. The more you bring to the table, the more you have to bargain with. Which sounds like size matters. Anyway, I talked to people about their sexual needs. There was a couple who were up for opening up, their relationship, but struggled to communicate that with one another. Since speaking to me, it has had a positive impact on their relationship. They soon realized anyone they wanted to play with wasn't a threat to their relationship. Yeah, she immediately had sex with both of them, and they're still together. So see, worked out. However, Kay gets it. Her X-rated vibe isn't necessarily for everyone, and some people are perfectly satisfied being prudes for life. Our relationships are our private worlds. Opening them up to the public is not something we are taught how to do effortlessly. She said of her dream to shake off the taboo surrounding swinging. I wish I had someone like me when I first started giving it a go, because at the time I struggled finding anyone or anything that was relatable. She said of the days when she searched U.S.-based blogs written by couples who were older than me. Now she considers herself an old pro of sorts. Yeah, because you are getting paid for it now. I've learned that there is not a one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to relationships, and I want to share that with others. And, well, she did.
The Mr. Nailsin Show is brought to you by me, Night Night. Head over to IndiePlanet.com to get your copy of the Night Night comic book so that you can actually see me in action in my one-man war of crime. Shut up, Boo-o, God damn it! I do the announcements. Oh, God, no one gives a crap about Boo-o.
I'm part of the team, man. Tell him about false advertising. God,
stupid idiot.
I help Night Night fight crime, and we blow stuff up and do a lot of damage. and of course, people get mad at us when we do. But
it's a war on crime, and in every war there's collateral damage.
I mean, well, I guess it isn't one-man war, because
exactly.
It's a two-man war on crime.
Anyway, we're running out of time. Don't miss this opportunity to get your hands on the adventures of Night Night
and Boobo.
The Night Night comic book available at IndiePlanet.com.
In our previous episode, Bob Finger, who is in reality Bugman, called upon the services of escort Glory Hole. When an intimate encounter began to take place, she attacked him, threatening to rip off his scrotal sack. But, utilizing his bug-like power of his cicada call, he presented a sonic attack upon Miss Hole, which caused her to collapse into unconsciousness. But it was later revealed that she had strange nanotechnology in her ears, which the sonic attack destroyed. As a result of this, Bob Finger, who is in reality Bugman, discovered that Glory Hole was an apparent mind-controlled puppet turned into a deadly assassin. We now find ourselves outside the small offices of Trollops, an escort service that provides female companionship for its patrons. And inside we find the owner and president of Trollops working late into the night, one grimy bag splat.
Yeah, that's right. Our goyles are the best in the biz, and they'll accompany you to whatever event you want. You can show them off, and everything's confidential. You can even introduce them as your goyle friend, however you want to go with it, you know. And, oh, yeah. They'll even just come to your place and stay with you for a while. Yeah. As for any deals between you and the lady, that's between the two of you, and that's not the concern of Trollops, you understand. But our ladies are readily available for companionship that you would enjoy. Of course, an evening is standard, but a weekend package, well, let me go into the details with you. What in the world is that noise? Listen, sir, hang on a minute. I've got a situation here, and I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. The hell is that? What? What the hell?
Grimy bag splat. Prepare for the wrath of the Crimson Cicada.
Oh shit, I gotta get out of here.
Just where do you think you're going, bag splat?
Yeah, not so smug now with your belly full of lead, eh?
It's not full of
no.
lead when my suit is armored, you idiot. Now it's my turn with my gun, the bug stinger.
What?
Suddenly, the world goes blank for one grimy bag splat until he hears an unwelcome and yet familiar voice.
Bag splat. Bag splat. What? Oh, damn it, it's you. What is this? Why am I cuffed to my own chair?
Don't play stupid, Bag Splat. You know exactly what this is about. Especially concerning these two little doohickeys.
What are those, earbuds?
Not exactly. They're specific nanotechnological devices for mind control.
What? I get out of here.
Oh, I'll leave, Bag Splat, just as soon as you stop playing stupid and fess up to the reality that you know damn good and well these simple earbuds are actual mind control devices used to turn your hookers into assassins.
What? That's crazy. And besides, I resent that, calling my ladies hookers. I run a legitimate establishment for the services of companionship, and anything else you heard is, well, just scandalous rumor. And I mean, as far as, these devices, what do I look like? A mad scientist? Get real. How could a guy like me ever create something like hypnopods?
Is that the true name of these technological wonders?
I don't know what you're talking about. I want my lawyer.
You'll need a doctor if you don't start changing your tune, Bag Splat.
I ain't got no song to sing, Bugman.
Very well. Perhaps you need a little inspiration. Some inspiration from the bug stinger.
What? No. Oh, all right. Oh, jeez. All right, God damn it. You monster. I got those things from Professor William Strokerod.
Strokerod, eh?
He came in with some song and dance that these things could, make the Goyles more inclined to perform extracurricular activities. That's all I know.
You expect me to believe that's all you know? That somehow you never noticed that several of your clients turned up dead, along with your girls?
Dude, what, really? Gee, that's news to me, now that you mentioned it, we are understaffed. Okay, I guess that explains it.
I thought you were smarter than that, Bag Splat. Looks like you need a little more inspiration.
No, you don't understand. I can't say anymore. Yeah, I mean, oh no. Oh no, not that. No.
What the hell?
Oh, shit. Oh man.
I guess I totally scared the shit out of him. My God, what a mess. Something familiar about this. But it escapes my mind at the moment. I guess I'd better call 911 to send an ambulance for him. In the meantime, I'm going to track down this Professor William Strokerod, because odds are he's the true mastermind behind this apparent harem of death.
Is this true? Has Bugman cracked the case already and found the true culprit behind all this murder and debauchery? Find out the next exciting episode of Bugman.
Bugman was written, produced, and performed by me, Douglas Nailsin. Music came courtesy of Kevin MacLeod and other public domain sources. And now it's time for the Bayou Crime Report.
Louisiana woman allegedly stabs boyfriend after he pissed the bed in his sleep. Hey, I'm Red Neckerton. Well, East Baton Rouge, Louisiana deputies charged a woman with attempted murder after she allegedly stabbed her boyfriend after he urinated in their bed. East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office deputies responded to reports of a stabbing victim at a local hospital. The victim was being treated for a stab wound on the left side of his torso and a punctured lung. He told police that his girlfriend, Brianna Lacoste, 25, became extremely enraged after he pissed on the bed that they shared for the past year and a half. The report also noted that Brianna and the victim had been out drinking that night and were intoxicated. Well, you know, when you consume a lot of fluids of any sort, it's got to come out some kind of way. Anyway, after pissing on the bed, the victim told police that he was woken up by Lacoste, who started hitting him. While he tried to get away from her, Lacoste allegedly ran at him with a kitchen knife and stabbed him. Investigators spoke with Lacoste, who told deputies she and her boyfriend were planning on separating. She admitted to deputies that she was upset that her boyfriend pissed on himself and ripped him off the bed. The altercation between the two soon followed. Lacoste also told deputies her boyfriend started choking her during the fight, and she defended herself by stabbing her boyfriend under his arm. She tried to administer medical aid, but then transported her boyfriend to the hospital. Deputies charged Lacoste with second-degree attempted murder. Well, I guess he's lucky she only stabbed him and didn't cut something off, you know what I'm saying? Because sounds like she was pretty pissed off. Anyway, for the Bayou Crime Report, I am Red Neckerton, reminding you to keep your goddamn holes clean.
The Bayou Crime Report is a presentation of Nailsin Productions. The views and opinions expressed during the Mr. Nailsin Show do not necessarily reflect those held by RadioMisfits.com. So, any complaints and or comments should be sent to @Mr. Nailsin on Twitter, where they will be promptly ignored and or blocked. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Woman attacks husband at airport after finding indecent images on his phone. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. A couple's vacation to South Carolina was over before it began, when the woman was arrested for allegedly attacking her husband at the airport when she found lewd images on his phone. Paula Barber, 55, was charged with third-degree domestic violence after the violent confrontation at the Charleston International Airport. Police responding to an active domestic incident found the couple in the midst of an altercation. The suspect stated that she just wanted to get away from the victim and fly back home. She said she had arrived at South Carolina for a vacation, but had her mood soured when she saw several indecent photos on her husband's cell phone. An argument ensued, and when she confronted him about the saucy snaps, the man denied being attacked, but surveillance images reportedly showed his wife delivering kicks to his legs, throwing the phone to the floor and trying to smack him in the face. Barber admitted to assaulting him and was arrested. She was taken to the Owl Canyon Detention Center and released a day later on $5,237 bond. It was unclear where the couple flew from and where they had planned to spend quality time together.